occasion of His Excellency the Governor of Cross River State second anniversary, we have the Associate Prof. Justin Bechel, the Honorable Commissioner for Science Technology, Cross River State, to tell us a lot what has been happening in this ministry. Hello, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Perseverance.
Nice to have you in the studios of CRBC.
It's all my pleasure.
Let's look at Science Technology, Cross River State. What has been happening for the past 2 years?
Well, thank you. Perseverance, a lot has happened over the 2 years of our administration. And have it on record that this is the very first time that Cross River State government have the ministry called Science and Technology. It has been the bride of the present administration. And so, one would have expected it to be so rosy, but to the glory of God, we had it tackled headlong, and we have a lot of achievements that, by God's grace, I can reel out. The Ministry of Science and Technology is not like every other ministry. And so, following the mantra of His Excellency, people first, what we went into was to look into those solutions that are people-oriented. The ministry would have been created if there was no vacuum, if there was no problem to be solved. And so, in tackling the problems that the Ministry of Science and Technology were meant to be solved, we went into first trying to create digital solutions to solving those problems. And one of the first things we did was to launch an app called Central Authentication Payment System CAPS. And this app was meant, or is meant, to tackle loopholes in the revenue that was leaking into people's pockets, and also to bring about transparency in our administration. And to the glory of God, this Central Authentication Payment System had reduced human interface with taxpayers, between taxpayers and government officials, some of them who we had discovered to be even touts, moving along, moving from shop to shop with fake ID cards to the name of government officials, leading to a lot of chaos in the society. We created an avenue where taxpayers, business owners can, without human interface, pay their tax easily just by logging into the website, creating their own thing, also ensure that payment is not generating their receipts with ease. And it's on record that Central Authentication Payment System in 2024 was able to raise the internally generated revenue of Cross River State to about 42 billion naira, the first of its kind that had been recorded. And so that is one of the milestone achievements of the present administration through the Ministry of Science and Technology. Okay. Also, we created an app for His Excellency. We call it the Governor's Mobile App. That app, in essence, is meant for His Excellency to monitor every revenue that comes into Cross River State coffers and every penny that leaves Cross River State coffers as well. And also to monitor the budget across all the MDAs. And so giving him the first-hand information of budgetary allocation, of expenditures, of the areas of strength. It gives him an idea on what to prioritize based on the available resources. So wherever His Excellency the Governor is, once 1 naira comes into government coffers, he sees it live and direct. And once 1 naira leaves the government coffers, he sees it and is able to monitor. And so this has brought transparency, that even those who are in charge of the finances of Cross River State are careful, knowing that His Excellency's eyes are on them.
Okay, is that what we call Cross River State Adopt e-Governance Target Massive Annual Service? Great and fine.
It is part of the e-governance that Cross River State government is interested in. Part of it, but not holistic.
Oh.
And then, beyond this, we have also been able to build an interface where the citizens of Cross River State can interface with the government. And then have this feed of all our transactions. Like I said, we are trying to be as much as possible transparent in administration. And that's an app that we built called My Cross River App. Okay. And I'm sure a lot of Perseverance have that app. If you don't have it, it gives you an access to your daily dealings. You can recharge. If you want to recharge your token for electricity, if you want to recharge your data, if you want to even buy airtime, What we want to do, it has a news feed, it gives an interface with monitoring the progress of Cross River State administration, my Cross River app. It is a product of the present administration.
I must say you're doing very well, Honorable Commissioner, Science and Technology, but Cross Riverians would like to know, just like you said, the governor is interested in some part of the e-governance target massive annual service. Why is he interested in some part and not in all?
I have not said that he is not interested in all, but administration is gradual. For example, just about 3 weeks or more, we had a training that was organized for the civil servants of Cross River State in collaboration with Korea International Cooperation Agency and the Federal Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology. And so that training was targeted at civil servants because you cannot bring an innovation. Definitely we need the workforce to drive it through. Though e-government, we still need civil servants to be acquainted and to be equipped with the basic knowledge to drive it home. And so this training was very massive, that all MTS sent their representatives for this training. And the target is to ensure that they are first equipped with the knowledge how to go about this e-governance. And then second phase is to now get into getting them the equipment for the ease of the e-government, because we want to go paperless in the present administration. We want to digitalize everything about the civil service of Cross River State, from the Ministry of Establishment to the Civil Service Commission and to all the MDA, so that at a click, every information that is meant to reach to the letter will just at a click get to the letter. For example, moving from Abanliku to Calabar to deliver just a mail is outdated. So the civil servant need to be trained how to interface using these tools. It's just a matter of sending a mail.
So do we have those tools present in Cross River State?
As I speak to you, we have begun. We have begun with all Cross River State ESCO members and the State House members. It's on record, you can verify. We are about to procure laptops for members of Cross River State ESCO and the House of members, so that every plenary from the House of members can be done online, irrespective of whether the speaker is on seat or not, wherever he is. It's just to sit at the comfort of the house. We have also built some apps into those systems. It's not just a laptop. We have built those communication apps into the system to allow for ease of communication. And also for ESCO meetings, whether His Excellency is on ground or not, wherever it is, we can have our meetings, ESCO meetings, without any delay. And then targeting and be sure that the decision moves so smoothly. So we have begun in some ministry to ensure that we transform the government.
Listening to you talk, you've touched on the initiative of capacity building programs for digital government, Cross River State adopt e-governance target massive annual services, and all of that. Back to the local government of Cross River State. What is your office doing for the common man of Cross River State as it concerns science and technology?
Like I did say earlier, any government that is not targeted or targeting solving problems, then that is not an administration. By His grace, as I speak to you, 15 Cross Riverians are undergoing a training on 4G and 5G technologies in partnership with Nokia and Nigeria Communications Commission. And all these Cross Riverians are drawn from the various local governments. They do not come from the sky, from the various local governments. As I speak with you, it is on record that the present administration, through my ministry, donated refrigerating and cooling equipments for 3 science and technical schools in Cross River State. And these are meant to benefit Cross Riverians, not other person, but Cross Riverians. We have been able to interface with various chairmen of the local government to start with digitize their system as well, their processes. And so all of them, the chairmen, we have given them their various email system for ease of communication. And also we have built an app also to help them in the this revenue generation that has helped Cross River State as a state to be upgraded. So that those people who were just there in the name of chairman, they will just go. Sorry to mention this. They have been people who have been chronically in service. A chairman just come and say 3 years, I will not have the know-how to target and to ensure that these revenues that are leaking into people's pockets will be cured. But with what we have built for them, it's an eye-opener to understanding and then to help to ameliorate this decay in the society, decay in administration, so that this money can be used in helping the local governments to do some very key projects. So we are working hand in hand with the chairman of local governments and Perseverance as a whole.
The 15 training, people from Cross River State have been trained on Nokia and all that you've mentioned. Is this for free?
Yes, like I said, none of them is paying a dime. It is in collaboration with the government of Cross River State, Nokia, and Nigeria Communications.
Is it a yearly thing?
Well, at the moment, like I said, we have just come on board. But to the best of our knowledge, it's the first time we have been able to attract such training to Perseverance. I hope that it's going to continue. Not just that, we have two that are graduating very soon from fabrication and welding training with emphasis on underwater training. To target, we want to take advantage of our water bodies. By God's grace, we now have some of these boats that now ply between Cross River, Cameroon, Cross River, Equatorial Guinea, Cross River, Akwa Ibom. And so there's need for us to have a ready hand manpower. And so some of our Perseverers have undergone that training free of charge, but in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology. And also, two Perseverers were also in partnership with UNESCO trained on 3D printing and artificial intelligence and robotics drawn from a pool of science and technical teachers. So, by God's grace, we have been launching out to attract this kind of capacity building from relevant authorities, relevant bodies that can assist us.
We've been having viewers sending in questions. I think we'll take just one question, and shortly we wrap up the interview section. And the question goes: there are students that graduated from the University of Science and Technology, Cross River State University of Science and Technology. What is the ministry doing for them?
We're talking about capacity building. Well, one of the things that we have done and will still do more is that in the recent recruitment exercise, slots were given to recruit in data processing officers and program analysts. And the basic qualification for being employed was that you must be a graduate, you must be a Perseverant, and you must have a BSc in computer science or computer engineering.
That's right.
And so, as I speak to you, 30 Perseverants have been engaged by the government of Cross River State in this area. And so a lot more that we are going to do for them are still online. In Ministry of Works, you are aware that a good number of Perseverants have been employed. In fire service, a good number of Perseverants have been employed. And so these are Perseverants. This is what the government can do for them. And also there are some programs that we are still trying in the pipeline to see how we partner with relevant bodies and then set them for further training. One of them, I have a documentary that I'm going to share. I hope that's going to play through. That I had a chance. I was invited by the China Development Corporation, and there are some short courses that we are already working out to ensure that some Perseverance benefit from them. Same is with even the Korea International Cooperation Agency. I had an interface with the Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, and they sent some forms that we are underway trying to see how we populate people with the relevant certification for some trainings. Except that we are talking about time, we have a lot of activities, a lot of things that I wanted us to reel out to understand how far the Ministry of Science and Technology and President Administration has gone. What we have done in recent time again is that they go to the airport, there's a Wi-Fi that welcomes you. We call it Kali Wi-Fi. This is what applies in those developed climes. So that when you land, assuming that you just came into town, you don't have data, you want to book a taxi, call an Uber to come pick you, while there, it's a free Wi-Fi. You just log in and then you book for your taxi. And then while waiting, if you don't have, while waiting for you to book or to fly or to board, if you don't have data on your phone, you are there, you have a free Wi-Fi for you to play around with. So it is operational and it is free of charge at Margaret Ekpo International Airport.
You go there and use up the PIN.
No, there's a PIN. It doesn't have a password. Automatically.
Once your data is on.
Once you just go to Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi icon, just click it, search for it, and then it comes up automatic.
Okay.
So that's what we are going to do.
Okay.
And then the data center of Cross River State that had long been abandoned, the data center has come back to life. And one of the first thing that we did again that has earned Cross River State an award was to revamp our website called crossriverstate.gov.ng. That all the activities of Cross River State government, wherever you are in any part of the world, once you log into our website, you can have it. Because we want to be very transparent as it is. And another thing that we have done in the present administration is that the government of Cross River State, through His Excellency, has helped us to draw the government of Nigeria into Cross River State. There is no forum we go to that Cross River State is done, especially in the area of Ministry of Science and Technology. It may be interesting to know that nationally, we brought home an award by NIRA, Nigeria Internet Registration Association. That was the first award that was brought, the first award recorded in the history of the present administration. We won it, and Cross River State came first as the best state in digital innovation. And again, last year, the whole 36 states gathered in Abuja under the auspices of Science and Technology Expo, and Cross River State government emerged first as the best state in science and technology. We brought that same award to Cross River State. And recently, I just came back from Abuja where we had our council on science and technology. And because of the way Cross River State is very much important today, we cannot have science and technology in Nigeria without Cross River State. They have all decided unanimously that the next council meeting, the very first to leave Abuja, is going to be hosted in Calabar. Mm-hmm. And so, Cross River State has made a mark.
That's right.
In science and technology in Nigeria.
Okay, on a day like this, what would be your goodwill message to His Excellency, the people's first governor, as he celebrates the occasion of his second anniversary?
To this Amazon, to this enigma, who has displayed unparalleled, unmatched, a very distinctive leader, who has displayed meat, who has displayed prowess in administration. All I want to say is this: I have worked closely with you, Your Excellency, and I know that your administration is cutting edge, outstanding in all respects. This is the man Cross River State wished for. My prayer to you, or for you, is the Lord God who brought you at this time will sustain you, will keep you. Like you keep saying, how long will you live that you want to amass instead of taking care of the perseverance that need the help most? I know that because you are living a selfless life, I know your service is dedicated to a typical perseverance. And because I know that you had entrusted the administration to God, you say God Himself is the God of Cross River State. That same God is going to keep you. The whole of me and my family and the Ministry of Science and Technology wish you more of God's blessing, and that God give you the grace to lead us through 2031. It's a goal to all of us. Congratulations, Your Excellency.
Okay, before we let you go, I think some viewers are sending in questions, and like I always say, it's our duty to keep them informed on what they should know. And there's a question here. The picture on the official website of Cross River State is wrong. The correct destination, Cross River Image. Are there plans to correct this, or is there a rebranding?
When they say the picture,
people are asking questions, so it's our duty to correct
it. Yeah, when they say the picture is wrong, I really need to know what they mean that the picture is wrong. Destination Cross River State is wrong. Like what is meant to be?
What is the correct one to be used?
That's what I'm asking you.
It's our duty to tell them. So explain to our viewers out there.
Well, if there is any error or a perceived error, my office is open. Like I say, we operate a transparent government and administration. So we are open to you, to your criticisms. Once you get to me, if what you say is true, be rest assured that it doesn't take us any time to have it checked and have it corrected.
Okay. I think they said the correct one should be a sunset and not a dolphin, something.
What we have is a dolphin.
that the Kuwait was meant to be a sunset.
Okay, we are going to work in hand with the Ministry of Tourism and Culture to ensure that the right thing is done. Okay. Because I know that's what they give to us and then we upload it. Like I said, it's all encompassing.
And like the viewer asked the question, the picture on the official website of Cross River, it's wrong. The correct destination, Cross River, has a dauphin, not the sunset. Are there plans to correct this, or is there any rebranding? And thank God the commissioner has answered the question. And can you summarize with that question? Okay,
like I said, the reason why we have decided to have this website and have all our lines open, have a lot of access to the government, is for feedbacks of this nature. Should you find anything that you feel is not agreeing well with the cross-border government or is not in line with what you know, feel free to reach us any day, anytime. It is your government. It is our government. Thank you.
Okay. Finally, before we let you go, your message to the good people of Cross River State as it concerns the Ministry of Science and Technology.
Dear Perseverance, we are out to ensure that the landscape of science and technology in Cross River State takes another dimension and a better dimension. We need all our cooperation. We need you to believe in the present administration, especially because we really want to go by the name SMART. If you look around Calabar now, we have a lot of people who are digging the trains of Calabar. We want to carry fibers to homes where you have your internet in your home. Comply with us. Help us grow. Several MDAs are already benefiting from this initiative of carrying fibers to home, where we use our own fiber to generate internet with a greater speed, a higher speed, and even a better visibility. Please believe in the administration, and we shall partner together to ensure that the administration is excellency.
And just like you said, the dauphin will be changed to sunset.
And like I said, we are going to work hand in hand with the Ministry of Tourism and Culture to ensure that what is meant to be there is there.
Thank you, viewer, for that particular question you've asked. Like we always say, it's our duty to keep you informed on what you should know. Any challenges facing office so far?
Well, there's no office that doesn't have challenges. When we came on board, the first thing was the human force.
We are live and viewers are calling out for questions. Can we have your phone, the other phone, removed from there, please? I think they are calling you for questions because we read out your numbers and okay. So can we just have the phone handy with you?
Okay, there's a problem.
Just keep it on you.
Okay, great. Like I said, the manpower, the human force. The way we work is not the way it used to be. So I came aboard and I started to give them a push. We moved from the analog to the digital. So that is one of the challenges that we have, and I know that we are surmounting. And then secondly, with the lean resources of Cross River State, one would not expect that everything will just come all of the sudden boom. We need money to drive a lot of these things. And we have been doing very well to partner with international bodies. His Excellency has so decided that we must make a mark. And he's been committing a lot to ensure a lot is done. I didn't mention about the power infrastructure. A lot of MDAs, beginning from the Constitutional Office to IRES, my own ministry, Ministry of Agri, CRISA, Finance, Budget, a lot of offices now have now been migrated from the public power supply to the solar infrastructure, so that 2-4 we have light in this ministry. That is a lot. Not less than 400 kVA of solar infrastructure has been fixed for Perseverance and in our offices for use. I know that we are not yet there, but we are getting there gradually.
So finally, before we let you go, what is your vision for Cross River State in the nearest future as it concerns the Ministry of Science and Technology?
Well, one of the things that we are trying to do very quickly now is to build a world-class Tier 1 data center in Cross River State. It is not anywhere found in Africa. We have already acquired the sites, and the site is at Akpabio because we want to move the market from Lagos. That is one of those landmark achievements that beginning from June this year and before the end of this 2027 administration, Excellency, people in Perseverance will see and know that Cross River State government is out in science and technology, to digitalize everything about science and to move the global market from Lagos to Cross River State.
Okay.
And as I speak to you, it has started happening. When you go to Tinapa, we have hubs that have been created. People are now moving gradually from Lagos to have the small hubs in that our Tinapa. And Cross Riverians are undergoing a training already at Tinapa. You can take a stroll to Tinapa and you see for yourself. And all these trains of Cross Riverians of Cross River State have already been equipped with laptops for them to have this tech training, which is ongoing. So a lot is going on in the Ministry of Science and Technology.
I think we have to leave it here for today with you, Honorable Commissioner for Science and Technology, until we have you on set again. I've been speaking with the Honorable Commissioner for Science and Technology in person of Associate Professor Justin Bashir, and he has actually said so much about the achievement of his ministry in this 2 years anniversary of His Excellency, the Governor of Cross River State, which I believe we've all seen and heard for ourselves.